Welcome back to Views from the 50 and NFL podcast, where we provide coverage on all things NFL. I'm your co-host El Jefe, and I'm joined here by my fellow members of the SFN crew. How y'all fellas doing tonight?
Good. Excited.
It's another calm night for the Mandem. You get me? We're here a little earlier this week than normal, yeah? Shout out to the 38 babies out there, yeah? There's only one of them.
I will say that there probably are 38 more babies out there, but 38 babies is very nice. Shout out to the 38 babies. I will say shout out to the 38 babies in agreement.
There's only one 30 out. There's only one 38 baby that dropped 38 points tonight on his school team that nobody else dropped 38 on. There's only one. There's only one of those.
That's why I said. That's why I said shout out to. That's why I said shout out to the guy. I wasn't saying that there was more than 38 babies in the world. That's all that I was saying.
Shout out to Mr. 38, man. Dropping dimes
that's
and
major.
dropping buckets. That was
major. Shout out.
Is a major attribute. But yeah, man.
We'll
shout out.
We'll cheers to that. No labels, but we'll cheers to that.
Yikes. No labels, but let's get right into it, man. The Ravens beat the Bengals on Thursday Night Football, but it came at a cost for both franchises as tight end Mark Andrews went down for the Ravens, and Joe Burrow is out for the remainder of the season for the Bengals. How do y'all feel like this could affect both franchises? As for the Ravens, I don't think this could hurt them too much. I think they're still in position to still make the playoffs. But as for the Bengals, man, I think this season's a wrap for them. I think it's all she wrote. How y'all feel?
Yeah, no, the league has to do something about the hip drop tackle. It has caused many an issue in the NFL. I think also a couple quarterbacks have been injured. I'm not sure. I want to say Dak actually got injured with a hip drop tackle. They broke his ankle, and his season was ended abruptly. So prayers up to Mark Andrews. Hopefully he is able to come back for the towards the end of the season, because the Ravens football team does look really good despite my disdain for them. I'm not really a fan of the Ravens, but they do look really good right now. So I wish him the best of luck. For the Bengals, yeah, their season is done. They're not going anywhere without Macaulay Culkin. So it's pretty much done for them. Unfortunately, we saw him trying to throw the ball on the sideline. There's pretty much nothing there. As he tried to throw the ball just slipped out, and the rest is history. So I also wish him a speedy recovery as well.
Yeah, it sucks to see what happens to him. It was kind of a random injury. I don't know how it happened. It probably happened before the game. They're not trying to speculate, but it's all good. But yeah, their season is done. There's really nobody else you could pick up, nobody else that can really run the team the way that Joe did and get them to the playoffs or make some sort of run in any capacity. So, yeah, it's basically done, I'll say.
They got hope, man. There's always hope. They're like that one Cinderella team. You just need that piece. That piece. You know what I'm saying? But once again, big prayers up to Mark Andrews. I hope Bengals figure out something. But big prayers up to Mark Andrews, I'm very, never mind. I'll wait.
No.
I will say to Wayne's point, I think Cincinnati was under investigation because he wasn't listed.
He wasn't listed.
Yeah,
they are right now, but they have to figure that out because that was a little sneaky.
Yeah, because he came off the plane with the cast on.
Yeah.
Wait, they said he came off the plane with the cast?
Yeah, apparently Joe Burrow came off the plane with the cast on his arm. But when he arrived to the stadium, the cast was off, and he wasn't listed on the injury report. So now they're under investigation.
Well, did they ever say that he was injured, or was there doctor's proof that he was out?
We don't know. We'll have to figure that out.
I was about to say there would have been documentation if he was seen, and like, because that for me it doesn't make sense, because if you think about it, why would you risk that? Because you have no other quarterbacks. You don't have shit. So why would you? I just don't see them the investigation. I just don't see them getting in trouble for. Because I don't think they would risk him playing if they knew he was hurt already when they don't have shit on the bench? Like, to your point, Ant, they don't have shit that can, like you said, can carry the team, can do anything that Burrow can do to the extent that they need. So if he was at injury risk, why would you risk him playing or even not even reporting the injury? Like, I'm thoroughly confused now.
I mean, I would assume that Cincinnati, you almost have to risk him because ultimately the end goal is Super Bowl. But in order to get there, you got to get to the playoffs, and the Bengals were in a must-win situation, and obviously not having much of a backup. Your only option is Joe Burrow at this point, and so you
But
just got
that's their fault. That's
No,
their
for
fault.
sure. No, I'm not disputing that at all. It definitely they could have potentially sat him out. Then you take that loss, and then you just have him for the remainder of the season, or
But
you try to
like,
win a game against a divisional opponent, and you ultimately assume that he doesn't get, or you do what you can to protect him and assume that he doesn't get hurt, but he kind of it's almost like a non-contact situation, but not with the leg, and he tries to throw the ball.
But you also got to remember they were on a short week. They only had a couple days to prepare for this Thursday night game.
even still, bro, like that's not an excuse. This is your job. It's your job. It's your job to be ready to play football. That's what you get paid millions of dollars to do. That's what millions of people watch you do every weekend. Like, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't. Like, it's because it's to a point where like we have to hold them to some accountability to some extent as well.
Well, who are we holding accountable?
Everyone.
Yeah, but I think Cincinnati wanted to give their team a chance to win this game, and I think that's why they took the chance. And
But
it obviously,
as Cincinnati, why would you not have a backup for the quarterback that you have so much trust in if something were to go wrong?
well, I mean, it's difficult to find a backup quarterback. It's difficult to find one of those guys. I mean,
Didn't they have Andy Dalton?
he's where is he now?
He's with y'all, right?
No,
Oh no, that's Cooper.
Carolina.
Carolina. Yeah, exactly.
But
Yeah,
that's also
I mean,
because they chose not to give him money.
yeah. I
But
mean,
once again, it goes based off of what y'all want to do. Like, Bengals had money in the offseason to keep certain people. Like, because right now, who's behind Joe Burrow? Does anybody know off the top, or do I have to go look it up? Who's behind Joe Burrow currently?
His name's Browning.
That's tragic. Only Browning we know is in basketball. So who is this guy?
Facts.
His name is Jake from State Farm. That's his name. His name is Jake.
From State
Look it
Farm?
up. His name is Jake Browning, but it's Jake from State Farm.
Oh, he's actually not bad in Madden. He has a nice throw power in Madden, but that's besides the point. Yeah, I got in trouble. Look, that's some funny shit, right? I got in trouble for comparing somebody to the Madden player, and realistically, that's kind of false. Like, I feel like there's certain players in Madden who are what they are in Madden, like are in real life what they are in Madden. They just don't get the credit. But that's neither here nor there. That's for me and Wayne. Y'all don't play video games anymore. I forgot about that.
We'll see what happens with that
I
guy.
think halfway play video games. I mean, I still have my Switch. At some point, I'll be hopping back on whether it be PS5 or Xbox, so I can play Metal Gear Solid once again. Big Metal Gear Solid guy.
Grab the 5 if you know it's good. But
You don't even play your 5. Go to sleep.
Well, we'll talk. We'll talk numbers after this.
but yeah, there was a firing that just occurred in the NFL. A recent firing. The Steelers, man, they fired their offensive coordinator after starting 6-4 this season, but with a negative 29-point differential in third place in their division. They had to let this man go for after, I believe, 4 seasons or 3.5, something like that. It's unfortunate for Canada to have to lose his job, but hopefully we can see some progress moving forward. I know I always have faith in Mike Tomlin. So, yes, sir. How y'all feel about this recent firing?
Still doesn't save Pickett. I don't care. It doesn't save Pickett for the play he's been at. I saw a stat the other day that said this man Pickett hasn't thrown a touchdown, or he has the same amount of touchdowns since October 8th than Anthony Richardson. Right? Anthony Richardson hasn't played since October 8th. He's only thrown for 2 touchdowns. It's November 21st right now. So it's actually really bad because he's not getting the ball out and he's not getting it to his playmakers. He has like 2 or 3 at least good receivers that can catch the ball downfield, whatever it may be. He's not getting the ball out. He's not figuring it out. So half of that's play calling, half of that's on him because at the end of the day, the quarterback has all the plays in their hands, and they have to have some sort of cadence and audibles to kind of switch it up if they see something on the field a little bit different. But obviously, he is not that gifted. So him and Zach Wilson, like I said, in the same boat. But that's where I'll leave it at.
Okay, well, I'm gonna wave this real quick while I'll let y'all know, man. Let's go. We here.
Trash.
Got one.
Being terrible talk. I mean, their offense. What are they? They're averaging 16.6 points a game.
28th ranked.
Yeah. So there's not really saying much coming out of Pittsburgh, but yeah, they had to scapegoat somebody, and for weeks, Steelers fan base and the crowd saying fire Matt Canada, this, that, and the third. So it was only a matter of time before somebody had to fall on the axe for the terrible play from the Steelers offense. Now, does this mean that, to Wayne's point, that they're going to let go of Kenny Pickett sooner? They're going to look in another direction? Who's to say? I mean, he's not really producing, and there's only so much that Mike Tomlin can do for you. You're not going to fire Mike Tomlin. He hasn't had a losing record since his hiring in Pittsburgh. So something has to give. Good luck, Matt Canada. I know I don't know if anybody saw the clip earlier this week too, or I don't know if it was yesterday or today, but Chris Boswell, I guess Matt Canada was walking up, dapping everybody up. Chris Boswell, the kicker, goes, yeah, it wasn't because of you. So, needless to say, he had lost all the respect of the Steelers players, and they were openly saying it. So something had to change in that locker room. Just so happened that he had to be the sacrifice.
Yeah, I think the writing was on the wall for that one. It's very unfortunate.
Is it unfortunate?
For him, I mean, he's out of a job, so
Let's say for him, but
it's unfortunate.
They look like they were asking for this.
No, I mean, I'm glad it happened. Hopefully we can see some change and the Steelers can make a playoff push. And Mike Tomlin can keep his record alive, over 500. That's what I'd love to see. But outside of that, somebody with the opposite record, and now with 3 straight losses, Zach Wilson, he found his way over to the bench, and not even as quarterback number 2, but as quarterback number 3. So that means if QB1 and QB2 have to get hurt in order for him to get at the helm again at this point. So it's unfortunate for him to see at this point in the season, but I don't know where he's going to go from here. Maybe they'll look to trade him, release him or something in the offseason at this point. I feel like this is the second or third time this has happened where he's gotten this bench. So I don't know. It might be all she wrote for the Jets and Zach Wilson this time. How y'all feel?
Yeah, he's trash. Unfortunately, he just can't get it together. And it's proven. I would say kind of like I was talking about with Pickett, though, with it being it on him. It is on Zach Wilson, but then again, I want to place some blame on Nathaniel Hackett too, as well, for throwing this mediocre offense that he has, on the field too, as well. It's not running any good plays or not really performing well how they need to. So they needed to restart anyway. So we'll see how this works for them, but place some blame on Nathaniel Hackett too, as well. Both of them are garbage.
They were probably prepped for Aaron Rodgers all season long. So when he tears his Achilles, obviously, it's always difficult to have to make those adjustments, even though it was early in the season. But your offense was tailored to Aaron Rodgers, and so Zach Wilson, who's never really been the quarterback of the future for the New York Jets. You kind of force him back into a situation where he was probably looking like, all right, I'm just gonna ride this season as the background guy, come in the fourth quarter when the Jets have blown these guys out, because the Jets defense was worth coming into the season. We're supposed to be an elite unit, and not to say that they're not an elite unit. It's just they don't have any offensive relief. Zach Wilson's going 3 and outs or throwing pick sixes and things of that nature. So, well, I guess they would get a break with a pick six, because then the other offense will come back on the field. But that's neither here nor there. The Jets were handed a bad draw, unfortunately. and they drew a bad hand with losing Aaron Rodgers. But Aaron Rodgers may come back if they can just hold on with what Trevor Simeon's taking his place right now. He's going to be the starter quarterback coming in.
Not Simeon. It's
Sorry, yeah, it's
Boyle.
not Simeon. He's number 2.
Tim Boyle.
Yeah, Tim
Yeah,
Boyle.
Tim
So
Boyle. Tim Boyle.
if Tim Boyle can hold down the fort at least until Aaron Rodgers comes back, makes this miraculous comeback, which I still need to see the science behind this because my torn Achilles, hey, maybe they could do some more, some movement there.
The Jets have a long battle to climb. Even for Aaron Rodgers to come back, they're 4-6 right now, and the AFC is not a pretty place to be in at 4-6 right now, trying to make it to the playoffs.
They have the Dolphins. They can beat the Falcons. They can beat the Texans, but they got the Dolphins twice. They can beat the Commanders. They're not.
Hold on. Did you just say they could beat the Texans? They're not beating CJ.
They can beat them. Nah, CJ's my guy for sure. I fuck with CJ and the Texans, but they can beat them. It just depends. They just gotta hope that rookies that the supposed rookie CJ shows up and not the all pro CJ Stroud that we're seeing shows up. So, but I mean, they could. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They can go 4-3. Wayne, are your Patriots going to beat them the last game of the season to ruin their
Absolutely
playoff?
not. Absolutely not.
Even at it, that's an 8-9 season.
You guys
would go
taking
4-3
for Caleb Williams? Is that what it is?
Nah, just we beat them earlier in the season, so they're gonna split with us. At the end of the year. So
But
it's not tanking.
Game,
We're just not that good.
it's a home game for y'all.
Yeah, can't see it.
Yeah,
we're just not that good. I'll be honest with you. It's not even tanking at this point, bro. So
I'm gonna hope that it's tanking because Belichick has something up his sleeve.
Nah, man, they're just that bad. They couldn't even score a touchdown against the Colts that game before bye week. That's how bad it was, and we held them to 10 points. You know what I mean? It was right there. So it's just not good, man. It is what it is. So
all right, I'll leave it.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Well, speaking about teams that was what it was, man, there was a team that started this season off 1-5, the Denver Broncos, but now they've rallied to win 4 straight games, and they're currently tied to be the NFL's hottest team with the Eagles right now, winning those 4 straight games. But could we see these same Denver Broncos after starting 1-5 make a playoff push in the AFC this season? How do y'all feel?
They got the Browns this week in Denver. Altitude a little high. Everybody they're all used to it. I think this Cortland Sutton, Russell Wilson connection it's picking up steam. So, and again, the Broncos defense being led behind Von Miller. Oh, no, I'm sorry, that's not Von Miller. I'm tripping. I am bugging out. I apologize wholeheartedly for that mishap. But the Broncos defense, they are in slouches as well. So I think that they can potentially win this game because what's his name is going to be out. Deshaun Watson, he's probably getting massaged somewhere, so he's no longer invested in the team. But I think they win this game, but then they go up against the Texans the following week, and I think that's where it ends. And then I think at some point, one way or another, the Chargers are going to get it together. They're going to put it together. And I think the Broncos are going to drop the next 2 after they beat the Browns. So they lose to the Texans, then they lose to the Chargers. And then they have to play the Lions. So that's 3 straight losses that I have right there after they beat the Browns. So they're going to continue this hot streak, but it's going to fizzle out as they have 3 straight road games against the Texans, Chargers, and Lions. And that's going to be the end of the Broncos playoff hopes right there.
I don't know. Low key, I feel like they have a chance. They'll split it with the Chargers. I think they do beat the Browns this week. It being in Denver is a little bit tougher. He's going to be a rookie on the road. Cleveland's defense is great, but I feel like Denver's going to take that one. So I don't know. I feel like they end with just enough wins at the end to get it done. But it's just I'm looking at the schedule now. They'll end up losing probably one or two. The AFC is kind of tough, so it's a little bit too late that they're going on this run right now. But I'm liking what I'm seeing with Denver right now. No, regardless, they are playing a lot stronger, and that takes a veteran head coach, a veteran QB to do that. So
No, they look good. I mean, they are turning at the right time of year. You want to hit your right stride around November, December. It's just that when you look at the Chargers, like who they have, they're going to lose to the Ravens, but then they could get on a good streak. I'm sorry again, but unfortunately, it's going to be against the Patriots that might start them up. And after beating the Patriots, they come back home and play the Broncos, and I think the Chargers will be taking a right step forward, depending on if Bosa comes back. But I think Bosa's going to be gone for a while.
Yeah.
He's out for the season. So.
Oh, is he out for the season?
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
unfortunate. The Chargers are just about pretty much done. I mean, there'll still be an offensive explosion, but as for the Broncos, it's definitely like y'all said, man. Just looking at the schedule, it looks like a tough schedule. If Watson was playing, I'd say they might be able to beat the Browns this week, but now with Watson being out, another quarterback added to the IR list this year. I think they should be able to beat them. But then when they go to the Texans and play CJ, that's going to be tough. Playing the Chargers, they might sweep the Chargers this year, low key. They may go 5-2 in the end stretch. And they might have a chance for a wild card position. I could see it happening. I could see them going 5-2 in this end stretch.
5-2, so they end at 10-7.
Yeah, I could see it because I can see them winning their last 3. And I can see them beating the Browns and the Chargers and only losing to the Texans and Lions.
I don't like that Chargers game. I don't like that first Chargers game for
them. I mean, my only thing is I just don't feel like the Chargers defense is going to be the same. And now with the Broncos clicking like this, I feel like they'll be able to do it just enough on defense to stop the Chargers and set Russell up for success in this game.
Sure, the Chargers receivers will fuck around and drop enough passes. So you're probably right on that.
Yeah.
I mean,
the Chargers will beat their own undoing.
Yeah, it's unfortunate though, but I do think they'll end the season a straight 3-0. I think they'll win their last 3 games. So they could go 4-3 or 5-2. Either way, I think they have a pretty good chance of making the playoffs after starting 1-5. And I gotta look at that. I don't think anybody's ever done that before. So that'll be something under Sean Payton's belt for sure. I'm sure love to have.
No.
It's not good, but it's good. So, but outside of that, let's move over. We spent some time in the AFC. Let's get over to some NFC business. DaRon Bland, man, he's been putting on the show for the Cowboys all season since Diggs has been out, except for that first game when everybody tried to write him off. But outside of that, man, he's looking to break a single season pick 6 record. With 7 games remaining, do y'all feel like he's going to get that record? I think he should.
Possible, yeah. I think so. You guys play enough bad teams on the back stretch that I'm sure they'll throw one to him. So yeah, it's possible. It's a good record. So yeah.
Could we see it for Thanksgiving? Could we get blessed on? Could he bless us on Thanksgiving with one?
No.
I don't want to think about that. I just want the Cowboys to secure victory after victory after victory. We're not focused on any we should not be focused on any records, anything of the sort. We are just here to get wins. We need wins in the win column. The small individual victories, sure, we love to see it. If it happens, it happens, but that should not be the focus of the Dallas Cowboys. The focus of the Dallas Cowboys should be going out there and securing another victory, as well as Shaq Leonard, if I'm not mistaken, was released by the Indianapolis Colts. And if the Cowboys were smart, they need to be on his line calling to find out what's going on.
And the crazy thing, speaking on Leonard, man, as soon as Leonard got released, I don't know if y'all heard, this man went out and still went and volunteered out in Indianapolis tonight. So shout out to that man.
Did nothing to him. So he absolutely should. He should.
I'm just saying, man, the team let him go and he still went out and supported the city. So I'm just saying, like, he's a good dude. Shout out to him. But like you said, the Cowboys need to pick up the phone and get on that line for sure.
Yeah, make a phone call. Just see what the numbers may look like. See what we're talking about. We can donate twice, donate in Indianapolis and donate in Dallas Fort Worth. There's nothing wrong with that. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. The Cowboys should not be focused on setting any sort of record like that. If it does happen to Ron Bland, congratulations. I love what you've been doing on defense. Of course, 1,000%. I'm always in support of my fellow brother and fellow Dallas Cowboy. Obviously, I'm not a Dallas Cowboy, but I'm a Dallas Cowboy by way of fanhood, being birthed into the legacy and into our stable. You know what I mean? However, we have to focus on winning, man. Winning by any means necessary, even if it means he doesn't get another interception for the rest of the season. If that means that and we continue to win, so be it. Trayvon Diggs, we need you, man, as well. Because this would have been a hell of a season with you, Trayvon Diggs, Stephon Gilmore. It would have been an excellent season. But we're still moving. Nothing is wrong. We're still all right, 7-3. Sorry, I got a little excited. I'm trying to keep it tame right now. Cowboys focus on the win.
Well, you might have been able to keep it tame there, but I don't know if you'll be able to keep it tame for this next one. Jimmy Johnson is finally getting inducted into the Cowboys Ring of Honor, man. I know you're feeling something for that one. Let me hear it.
I will not scream because it's a little later on this side. However, it's well deserved. It's been a long time coming. He is responsible. I understand that it says in the record books thing that he's responsible for only 2, or he was the head coach of 2 of the Cowboys' 3 Super Bowls in the 90s. However, if we're going to be completely honest and transparent about what happened with the Barry Switzer Super Bowl, Jimmy Johnson is responsible for 3 of the 3 Dallas Cowboys Super Bowls, and he could have been responsible for Super Bowl number 4 and/or 5 if Jerry Jones was not an egotistical prick. However, we are now in the present day. They have seemed to have mended the broken heart that they shared, the beef, and now we can put Jimmy Johnson where he deserves to be, in the Ring of Honor. Kudos to Jimmy Johnson, well deserved. Jerry Jones, better late than never. It's not 1923, it's 2023. We heard what you said, but it's fine. We can move past that as well. Jimmy Johnson, congratulations. I hope to see you many more Sundays, Thursdays. I hope you're in Dallas for the Dallas Cowboys against the Washington Commanders. Hopefully the Dallas Cowboys can handle business. And on December 30th, when we do induct you into the Hall of Fame against the Detroit Lions, I do hope the Dallas Cowboys can secure a victory for you, and we can move on and maybe acquire number 6 in your honor. Please, God, if there is.
Anywho, no, congrats to Jimmy. I'm glad that he finally got there. I'm glad that Jerry Jones finally got over his vendetta over him. It's well overdue. So
hold on, where had his head down there that entire monologue. He said, "Oh, okay, there it is. There he is, guys." He said, "Well,
I was waiting, dog. I had to wait, man. Shoot, I know it. I knew it was coming. So
yeah, man,
it's all good. It's all good. It's well deserved, though. Well deserved by Jimmy for sure.
Yeah, man. Shout out Jimmy, man. I am excited. I'm happy for him. And hopefully the curse, man, is lifted. And like you said, we can reach number 6. Hopefully coming soon.
I'll say it one time, but I'll say it quietly. How about them Cowboys?
Yes. How about them Cowboys, man? Jimmy.
Yeah, Wayne's a little flustered. It's fine. It's fine.
Letting y'all ride. Letting y'all ride.
Don't worry, 38 baby looks a little flustered too. So
yeah, 38 baby he's not really happy right now.
It's okay. It's because we bring up them boys. But
it's been a couple of weeks. We haven't really spoke about them. At least I haven't. I haven't spoken too much about them.
Y'all really played trash teams. There's not shit to talk about.
There he is, guys.
Oh, there he goes. There he goes.
Played trash teams. Y'all haven't had a competitive game since the 49ers cooked y'all.
What about the Eagles?
I guess he didn't watch the Eagles game.
Y'all haven't had a competitive game? Oh, I forgot.
That was a competitive game. That was arguably the most competitive game of the season.
I don't watch y'all play. I don't waste my TV time with that. So I only know when you guys bring it up. You guys tend to not bring about your losses. So
what happened the other day?
Only when I can
account for when you were complaining about Twitter. I thought you were complaining about how they talk about a certain guy too much on Twitter. I think you know a thing or two. That's fine. We can move on.
He's talking about. I believe he's talking about Dak.
When you were complaining about Dak, about how they were talking about
Bro,
Dak.
that was week 5 when y'all played the Giants. Like, I don't understand. That was the most buzz I've heard about Dak all season. You would have thought he's been injured because I haven't heard shit about him since week 5.
That's not true. They talk about him. They pretty much talk about him every week. But
On what? I Love Cowboys podcast?
apparently on social media, because you said you were tired of it. You're tired of them talking
Right.
about it.
It was the one game that y'all beat the Giants was the one game that went Dak crazy. Dakota crazy.
You got to pick a side, whether you're tired about them talking about him or they're not talking about him at all. You got to pick a side.
I prefer them not to talk about him, so they're doing a great job right now because I haven't heard anything. My timeline's been clean.
Very good. Did you mute the name? Like I told
No,
you?
I didn't mute it. I purposely left it to see how long it actually take for him not to come up on my timeline again. And to be honest with you, it's been quite a while. It was just that Sunday. I'm actually happy about it. I
That's
totally forgot about it until you mentioned it. Damn it.
No. Time to check out.
Hey,
Check out your timeline.
Now he's getting mental.
He's so
getting
bad that nobody even picks him in Madden.
He's getting mental flashbacks. That's
Shout out
crazy.
to the no label. I forgot about that. That's
Hey, but in any news, man, the Lions rallied down 12 to beat the Bears and stop them from having a chance of winning back-to-back games for the first time since week 4 and 5 of the 2021 season. Man, the Bears. To hear that is unfortunate. Not winning back-to-back games, that's a long time, man. We're approaching almost season number 3, and they still haven't been able to win back-to-back games. I don't even know if I don't think they'll even have a chance or an opportunity this season to win back-to-back games. Looking at their schedule, I don't see it. I don't see it this year. But
just because you don't see it don't mean it's not there.
It just hasn't been there, and I don't think it'll be there. But if you see something, you let me know. But I don't see it. How do you how y'all feel about the Bears and the Lions though?
Yeah, Lions will take care of them. Unfortunately, the Bears, man, it's a rough season. They're playing for their draft stock right now, and possibly maybe a new quarterback. Hopefully, Justin Fields could just show up and prove that he's still that guy, because I believe he is. But they might be looking in another direction as this offseason comes closer. But yeah, Lions should handle them.
They handled them this first. Well, they came back.
I mean, well, yeah, handle them. I'm sorry. Yeah.
They will see him again in 2 weeks.
So.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta make the tank look believable. So when the Bears,
that's it,
concede defeat, being up 12, we already know the fix is in. But I also believe that Justin Fields is probably playing for his job because, the Bears are obviously going to draft one of the higher valued quarterbacks with the first pick, which is pretty much going to be guaranteed at this point. So, they're Justin Fields is basically trying out for backup position. So there we go.
Yeah.
38. We could see Justin Fields behind Joe Burrow in Cincinnati next season. So just something to think about. Or maybe he'll be the backup for whoever the Chicago Bears draft. But Justin Fields is doing his best to try to salvage his career going forward. Yeah, I mean, Detroit's the real deal as of right now. So there's nothing we can say. They're number 2 in the NFC right now. So.
Maybe they can get him a real what's his name, Taysom Hill type role next season.
Anybody trying to see that?
Hey, that man puts up 100 almost 100 yards. He put up 100 yards on the Lions.
They only do that for certain type of quarterbacks. We're not going to get into that, but they're only going to do that for certain type of quarterbacks. And the other type of quarterbacks are not going to get that opportunity.
Justin Fields isn't built for that. Taysom Hill's like actually a wide receiver build.
Yeah.
No. I'm just gonna say that only certain quarterbacks get that type of opportunity. Other ones that are left of him.
So who? I'm very intrigued on who else would get that opportunity besides Taysom Hill.
Other quarterbacks that look like Taysom Hill.
Oh wow. Copy.
No comment.
Oh my goodness. Well, let's get right into the next one, man. Tommy
Hey,
DeVito.
other quarterbacks that are built like Taysom Hill.
Okay, well, is Tommy DeVito
Like
put on a
Tommy DeVito will probably get that opportunity.
yeah, I don't know.
Nah, no way.
He,
Too small.
you know what
He's
but
too small.
Tommy DeVito might get the opportunity of the Giants starting quarterback after his performance this past Sunday.
Oh yeah, so Daniel Jones will get that opportunity somewhere.
That seems feasible.
Scrambling quarterback,
Yo, backup.
decent arm. Backup quarterback that gets starter playing time as well sometimes. But Tommy DeVito is the guy.
Yeah,
One game, he's the guy. This isn't Madden.
No. So it's not one game. So this is 2 games, all right? And he's already matched with Zach Wilson, who's been playing the whole season in touchdown passes. So put some respect on Tommy DeVito's name, all right? Put some respect on him. Though. That's all I gotta say, man. Put some respect on the guy. He's he's in his mom's basement and he's eating. He's
Eating gobbledygook, those shoots. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should actually stop doing that because he's probably connecting. I don't want that. I don't want that.
Facts. I ain't getting shot.
Yeah,
Tommy DeVito.
I'm like, yeah, how long y'all want to keep going? How long y'all want to keep going?
Tommy DeVito, man. Shout him out though, man. He's getting the job done for the Giants. He might get that starting position over Daniel. We'll see what happens though.
Daniel Jones is getting cut.
Yikes.
That's a fact.
He's
That's
gone
a
in the
fact.
offseason. I mean,
Yikes. But let's stay in this division.
Trash we can have.
Play. We'll see what happens. Maybe you heard it here first, man. From 38, baby. Getting cut first. All right. But in the let's stick in this division still. The Eagles, man. They keeping the business done, getting business done on in Kansas City this past Monday night in a Super Bowl rematch after a slow start to the game. I believe they were down 17-7 at half, came back and won the game off 2 Jalen Hurts touchdowns, runs by himself. It was unfortunate for me to see and look at. But shout out the Eagles, man. Best team in football right now, unfortunately. And nobody else is close to them right now. So it's sad to see. I still don't think they're as convincing from past games, but I believe Patrick Mahomes is a little bit nicer than most people, at least maybe just to the media, because he's not scrutinizing his receivers or putting them under the bus. Maybe he's doing that stuff behind the scenes, but his receivers are the problem, and he knows it. I know he knows it. So that's just one man's opinion, though. How y'all feel?
Yeah, man. It's interesting to see. Eagles take that W last night. I kind of felt like they were going to. It's their revenge game. But as you were saying, the team itself doesn't look the same. Both coordinators gone. It was a big difference. It's been a big, totally difference because their offense is a lot of screenplays and running. That's all it is. It hasn't really been like flashy how it was for the last couple of years. So that's really what the big difference is. I would say, but overall, they're the best team in the league right now. Nothing y'all can do about it, Dallas, right now until y'all play them again in Dallas. That's it. So it's not like y'all don't have a chance to still win the division, but it's gonna be an uphill battle. But right now, the Eagles, they're the best team right now. They can't be beat. That's it. They can't be beat.
Yeah, no, I mean the tush push responsible for what 2 touchdowns at least last night. He broke or he tied or broke Cam Newton's record. People were scrutinizing that, saying the record isn't real because Cam was doing it, trucking linebackers and running 30, 40 yards away from the end zone, whereas it's just simple tush push for Jalen Hurts. But regardless, man, they find a way to win, so you can't really complain or hate this, that, and the third because they're 9-1, they're consistent. But yes, I also agree. This offense, this football team does not look the same as what it did last year. I mean, Sirianni is still going to talk his shit. That's what he does. AJ Brown is still running that 5, 6, 7 yards in route. It's a guaranteed catch pretty much. They're also going to run that deep post or that go route and Jalen Hurts is going to heat the ball up. It never fails if they have 2 or 3 drives that they don't really get the yards that they want, and they're playing the battle of field possession. I'm sorry, basically the yard game. I can't think of the word. But anyway, playing the possession game. I was like, all right, well, we got you pinned. You got us pinned, things of that nature. So, but I mean, they're going to find a way to win the game, and that's just what the NFL has to deal with right now. Also, Taylor Swift wasn't in attendance, so Travis Kelce wasn't going to put on his best performance. But we also have to talk about Valdez-Scantling dropping the 50-something yard touchdown pass.
That was bad.
Yeah, I mean, Patrick Mahomes is short of weapons, still finding a way to hang in a game that could have.
But that's what happens when you're the best quarterback in the league.
Yeah,
you got to find a way.
Should have paid Tyreek.
I know you know all about that, Wayne. We know that you know about that.
You got to play with trash talent, and you got to make them look better. That's it. But they got to catch the ball. That's it.
Yeah, they got to catch. At the end of the day, the receiver still got to catch that ball. So,
but even
Brady had him scared. I think that's what it was.
Yeah,
he might have threatened him. Hey, Mahomes gonna have to talk to Brady, see what he was telling him in that locker room, because Brady had him scared to drop those passes.
Oh man!
I mean, they show up when it's time to play, like Tony, Kadarius Tony.
Oh yeah.
He started off pretty hot, but that one pass that he threw in the back of the end zone that Byard ended up undercutting or jumping under and picking the ball off. It's kind of like, all right, I understand the idea, but put a little bit more zip on the ball so Byard doesn't come up under it and pick it off. You know what I mean? Just got to do better. Things like that, they're going to – I mean, we obviously know Patrick Mahomes is going to fix that and clean it up, but, you'd rather lose that game as opposed to lose something in the Super Bowl. So, But Jason Kelce was still one of the best centers, if not the best center in the NFL. The way he was moving last night was incredible.
Oh, yeah. He was still getting down.
Yeah. Pushing off Jalen Hurts on audibles, no, I got this blocked, and pulling and cleaning guys out. Hey, man, he's still doing it. So, shout out to Jason Kelce, one of the best in the game. Hate him, but I respect him.
Yeah, you got to respect that, man. But before we get out of here, I just want to run down the top 10 of the NFL power rankings. Like we've been saying, the best team in the league, of course, at number 1 is the 9-1 Eagles, followed by the best team in the AFC right now, the 8-3 Ravens. Now at number 2. At number 3, you got the Lions. At number 4, we got the 49ers. At number 5, we got the Chiefs. At number 6, we got the Dolphins. At number 7, we have the Cowboys. At number 8, we got the Jags. At number 9, we have the Browns. And right now, number 10, to round out the top 10, we have the Houston Texans. So I'm sure a lot of people are surprised. The Bills aren't in here, and it's unfortunate. They're currently at number 11, seeking out. But are there any other teams you guys think that should be in the top 10, or a team that shouldn't be in the top 10? Or you think they got this list right?
I don't think it's far off. I think it's incorrect. Who do we replace to put in the Bills per se? If we're gonna go that route, the Lions are good. Lions are playing really good football. Can't be mad at that. The Ravens are arguably the second best team in football. Obviously they just lost Mark Andrews, but they're still making way. Kansas City lost to the best team in football, so they shouldn't have dropped too far. Miami's been doing their thing. Dallas, to Saf's point, we were beating up on bad teams, but that's what you're supposed to do when you're a good team. You're supposed to beat up on bad teams. So,
is it really?
Yes. The sign of a good team is to beat up on bad teams.
Yeah, if you're a good team, you're supposed to beat up on bad teams, but you're also supposed to beat good teams as well.
And you're supposed to get beat by good teams too?
I mean, not necessarily, but I mean, it comes down to who's.
That's the question.
Yeah, no, I mean, we lost to San Francisco and we lost to Philly. We got blown up by San Francisco. And at the time, San Francisco was the best team in football. We lost to Philadelphia, who was the best team in football, by 5 points. It came down to the last drive. The Arizona loss is inexcusable. I will 100% stand on that. I will stand on business by saying that the Arizona loss is inexcusable, but Joshua Dobbs is a better quarterback than everybody thought.
And he's got a Cinderella story that's got the Vikings right now in 14. So they're a couple out of top 10.
Guess who didn't doubt Joshua Dobbs? This guy, because I had him on my Madden team. Just saying, just throw that out there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair. But that's the thing. You got to – and Detroit better be careful. Because if they get matched up with Joshua Dobbs and that Minnesota Vikings team with Justin Jefferson back, if they get matched up somehow in the playoffs, Detroit might be in trouble.
That is facts, actually.
Division
That is
games,
very
man.
true.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see the only thing I can't 100% agree upon that statement is Aiden Hutchinson, in my opinion, is better than Daniil Hunter. Rushing.
That might be the case, but that's
If Aiden's getting back there, bro, question is how many times.
okay.
Yeah. But
I mean,
that man Dobbs is mobile. Dobbs is mobile. Kirk wasn't.
Mobile. That is true.
That's what I'm saying.
Jared Goff has been in the Super Bowl before, so they know how to play. He knows how to play in the playoffs. I'm just saying, hey, anything is possible.
Any given Sunday.
You don't want to deal with those teams that know who you are and how you play, especially divisional opponent.
Yeah, I mean, look at the Bears, man. They almost beat the Lions, and the Lions, one of the best teams in football, and the Bears, one of the worst. So divisional games, like you said, man, they can go either way. Can't look over them.
Especially and Joshua Dobbs definitely has a chip on his shoulder. So
yeah, he does. This is the Geno Smith story like last year, man. This is the Joshua Dobbs story. Yeah, Joshua Dobbs is getting paid this offseason. Watch. Just like Geno did. Watch, it's coming.
He's not going to start over Kurt, though.
No. He might not even be on the Vikings, but I'm saying he's gonna get paid. And Kirk might leave, and Joshua might be the one to get paid.
That's fair.
We'll see.
So,
it won't be nothing crazy because they don't have to pay him anything crazy like Kirk. They just have to pay him.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Anything's possible.
How many years does Derek Carr have left on this contract? Because he could go to New Orleans.
I think he just signed.
Yeah.
So I don't know how many years he signed.
He's garbage.
But they might release him anyways this off season after 1 year. It might be this might be like a college one and done for him.
I'm saying this Joshua Dobbs with that defense.
Why does he have 3 quarterbacks?
But I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. But I appreciate everybody for stopping by. We'll be back later in the week to go over the Thanksgiving slate and a couple other games with y'all. Until then, one more time, I see Sav wants to do it, so I'm gonna let him do it. Go ahead and shout out 38 baby.
It's 38 baby till it's over with. After they talking about that's how you shout it out.
All right, well, make sure to follow us on IG at Views from the 50, on YouTube at Views from the 50 podcast, and Spotify and Google Views from the 50. Until next time.